dear Ashley Grace, from this day forward, I receive you as my wife, and I see God's hand in your life, how He cared for you and chose to be with you in your brightest moments and in your darkest moments, and so I will be with you. I desire that our lives would follow what our Lord has demonstrated, living first to God, honoring and obeying Him above all else, and then living to His church, sacrificing His life for her sake. So I will be to you. We are two imperfect people who at times will be unappreciative, foolish, or even unattractive towards each other. However, I take comfort in knowing that we will never be as distant from each other's ideals as we are from Christ's, who nevertheless continues to nurture, honor, and give Himself up for us. So I will be to you. I commit myself fully to you, that our marriage may be used by God Himself as a proclamation of His kingdom, not composed of perfect people, but abounding with grace, mercy, forgiveness, and love, overlooking the daily accumulated irritations, renouncing contempt, and choosing every day to become more and more like Christ. With all of my heart, this is my vow to you.
Benjamin David Strait. I can't help but reflect on not only the past 15 months of knowing and loving you, but on the journey that the Lord has led each of us throughout our lives. We both have had our share of joys and trials that have led us down different paths. Some we chose and others we would have never chosen for ourselves. As I stand here with you today, I am sure of one thing. Our God can use anything for His glory and our good. By His grace, I take you to be my husband today. From day one, the tenderness of your heart, desire to honor the Lord and make Him known, drew me in and captivated my heart. You can be a man of few words, but you are true to everyone you speak. Throughout our relationship, I have seen the truth of the gospel lived out in the grace and unconditional love that you show me daily. Thank you for pursuing this heart of mine, for teaching me how to trust, choosing to keep Christ at the center of our lives. As you said last July before we began dating, I pray that together we are able to do more for the kingdom of Christ than we could ever do apart. I vow to lift you up in prayer daily and encourage you. I vow to love you unconditionally as Christ loves the church. I vow to comfort you in times of struggle and sorrow and give thanks in times of joy. I vow to support you as you fulfill the calling that God has placed on your life. I vow to respect you and be honest with you, to hold you in high regard, and have the patience that love demands. I vow to trust you when I am unsure and to never have eyes for another man. I vow to be quick to listen and slow to speak, to act out of love and not anger, and to pursue reconciliation always. I vow to be your lifelong encourager, supporter, and helpmate, to follow you wherever the Lord may lead us, even when I don't understand or have all of the answers. I vow to be your partner in ministry, to declare the finished work of Christ to the nations, and to disciple those we are entrusted with. I will be faithful to remind you of Christ and His gospel in times of weakness, always pointing you back to Him. Lastly, I vow to be faithful and true not just to you, but to the good old maize and blue.